Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me for the live Q&A from Michigan every Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's jump in. All right. All right, guys, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Got the rig behind me. I tried to get it like a red, white, and blue. Not exactly what I was hoping for. I kind of wanted to do like a marquee of colors moving along the side, but I can't really do that with two alternating colors. I can do it with random colors. But it's pretty cool, red, white, and blue. Got the memory is the white, and the lights and the fans are the red and blue. So got a lot of things to talk about tonight. We've got the 18 millionth Bitcoin was mined today. So that's big news on the Bitcoin blockchain front. And we'll talk a little bit about what that is, what that means for all of you who may not understand. Couple other news stories I've got about Bitcoin. Something about our old friend NOURIEL ROUBINI. We've also got a good story about Tor and some malware that was hijacking the Tor browser and fooling people into sending the attacker Bitcoin. So I'll delve a little bit into that and what exactly it means and how you would protect yourself from stuff like that. So let me just switch over to the screen, the demo screen. All right, let me see who's here, if anyone. Good. Percy. Mr. Percy Clay, hello. Thanks for joining me. Owen Brown, thanks for joining. EKS, aloha. South Lake Tahoe, Nevada, that's great to have you. Let me turn this thing off for now. That extra camera there is that I have there is for my ledger when I work on the ledger. And I'm going to work on the ledger tonight, the Ledger Nano X. So I'm going to go on a cryptocurrency exchange and withdraw some coins to some different wallets. So stay tuned for that. Hi, Betty. Beautiful fall weather and colors. Yes, here in Michigan, things are looking nice. Very nice. I should get some background for that. Let's just take this down. I got a pretty nice Microsoft Windows theme. I can show you how to do that if you're interested in getting Microsoft themes. I really like them. They sort of mix up your desktop environment. So Al Monim, hello. Mr. David from Texas, good to have you here. Mr. David and I spend a lot of time in my Patreon Q&A. So if any of you guys that are in the live stream want to have a little more interactive, a little more sharing your feelings kind of talking, check out that Q&A. All you have to do is sign up on my Patreon page for the $10 a month, and you'll get an hour Q&A. And Mr. David's been taking advantage of it and enjoying it. And let's see, Mark is here. Hello. Rudy DePlane. Looking forward to the topics. Fraser, greetings. Molly's wanted to ask you, is there any new wallet update for larger Ledger Nano X? I think you said something about ADA. Okay. No, there is no Ledger Live support for ADA cryptocurrency. I don't know that there ever will be. In order to view your ADA balance on a ledger, you'll have to use a third-party wallet. Now, you're still able to store your ADA secret key on your ledger, which gives you that added security. So security-wise, that's your best bet. Now, it is a little disappointing that we can't view our ADA balance in Ledger Live the way we would love to, but those are just the breaks, right? Not every cryptocurrency is fully supported in Ledger Live, but a lot of them, you can store your private keys on the device and use third-party wallets to view your balances and send and receive. So we'll talk about that. Let's get into the news. XR pump up the volume. I like that. That's pretty good. I like that. All right, so let's go into the news. Now, I've been, let's see, I'm looking at some other stuff here. I am pasting all of the news stories that I talk about in the description below. So if you guys want to sort of follow along with me and just check out the news stories that I'm talking about, linked to in your own browser, you're welcome to. So the first story is the 18 millionth Bitcoin was mined today. And that's, you know, it could be any other day, right? You know, yesterday the 17 millionth, 888th Bitcoin was mined. You know, it's just a number, kind of like a birthday. But it is kind of a milestone, a psychological milestone, as we get closer to the 21 million hard-coded Bitcoins that will ever be mined. Now, if you're not familiar with what mining is all about, it's basically just a computer solving mathematical puzzles. Okay, Christabel, can you please go upstairs and watch TV? You're too loud. And take Alex with you, please.
I'm watching a video with Matt.
Sorry. Sometimes Dad has to put his foot down. All right, so the 18th million Bitcoin was mined, and mining is basically a computer solving mathematical puzzles. All right, it's a little more complicated than that. But as machines are competing in these mathematical puzzle contests, the first computer to discover a solution to the mathematical problem, and that's putting it very simply, is awarded a Bitcoin reward, and that is how Bitcoin is created, right? It's similar to mining for gold, right? You're looking for the solution to a problem mathematically, and so that's what mining is all about. And the total number of Bitcoins that can ever be mined is 21 million. And we also know that there are, out of the 18 million Bitcoins that have been mined, about 4 million of them have been lost to people that have forgotten their passwords, lost their private key, died, the machine crashed, whatever. Bitcoins can be lost forever. Just like things, there are a lot of things that can be lost forever if you break them, right? You know, like your grandma's teapot or whatever. But Bitcoins can be lost forever because you're responsible for your Bitcoins. You know, the private key is that belongs to you, is controlled by you. You're responsible for that. So, you know, if you can't be careless like you can with Twitter and Facebook accounts where you can just call tech support and have them reset your account. Or if you lose your ATM card, you can call your bank, show them your ID, and they can give you access to your bank account. Bitcoin is not like that. You are totally responsible for this private key. So, the point here is that there are 4 million Bitcoin out there that we are pretty sure, we don't know what the exact amount is, that will never be recovered again. So we're looking at about 14 million Bitcoins that are in circulation at the time. And interestingly enough, we've been mining Bitcoins for 10 years, and we've hit 18 million. But in order to get to 21 million, we've still got about 120, 140 years left. So it gets harder as time goes by. And that's another factor of the Bitcoin blockchain, is that as there's a certain point where the difficulty increases, and they call that a halving, and the mining rewards are cut in half. So that makes it harder and harder to mine Bitcoins, and they're scarcer and scarcer as time goes on. So it's basically a commodity that is scarce, right? And I was reading an article. I don't know if I'm going to find this anywhere. Of course, I can never find it when I'm talking about it. But it was a Satoshi quote. And Satoshi did something, he said something like, I'm going to create a metal that's not shiny, that's kind of gray, that can't be used for anything. It doesn't conduct electricity. It can't be used for shiny jewelry or anything, but it does have one redeeming factor, and that is that it's scarce, you know, and that's kind of what Bitcoin is all about. There are a lot of arguments pro and con about what scarcity will do for you, but you know, in our case, the more scarce it is, the more valuable it is. All right, so I'm going to turn off. I'm going to turn off that color shift. Let's go back to YouTube mode, which is just off, right? So I don't see things glowing on the side of my face while I'm working. Turns out on Ledger Live, the wallet needs seeds that made them. Haven't had a nightmare last week. I thought when I reset my Ledger Nano S with 24 new words, it would be able to access my BTC. Turns out Ledger Live, the wallet needs the seeds that made them. John Freenan is talking about a very common problem. I get this a lot. In fact, I just helped a gentleman last week. Somehow, you know, they always say, I did something, my device reset, and then it made me create a new seed phrase or new recovery phrase. Well, it's really not making you do anything. Sort of. Especially on the Ledger Nano S, the interface isn't very good. The first question is, do you wish to set up the device as new? And it gives you an X and a check. Well, if you're trying to recover the device, you need to hit the X and say no to that question. And the very next question that it will ask you is, do you wish to recover the device? And that's when you go dust off your 24-word recovery phrase that you wrote down when you originally set up the device and use that to recover your Ledger Nano device, and then you regain access to all of your wallets, right? But that is a very common thing to happen to people. I've seen it many, many times. People say, hey, the device told me to create a new key phrase, and I dutifully wrote down 24 new words, and boom, it's empty. There's no currency on there. What you need to do is use your old original 24-word recovery phrase to restore. We can talk a little bit about that too. Let's move on to the next news story. Let's see, if I have them in order here. We got the 18 millionth. NASDAQ added an AI-powered crypto index for cryptocurrencies. So this is listed on the NASDAQ exchange, which is one of the world's second largest stock exchange, the NASDAQ. And there's a cryptocurrency index, and created by crypto data provider Crypto Index. The news was revealed in a press. It's a crypto benchmark that analyzes using neural networks, taking into account over 200 factors. You know, sort of cut through the fake volumes that on the exchanges and that sort of thing to give people a real-time indicator of the market cap of cryptocurrencies. And that's pretty cool that it's listed on NASDAQ. Now, I don't know that you can buy into that index or not. I'm not too sure about that. It's just a price indice, so I'm not sure if it's something that you would buy or just watch. I'm not that big on the stock market myself. But that's big news. That's big adoption news for cryptocurrencies as a whole. All right. And let's say, Satoshi's Bitcoin smallest unit is now in the Oxford Dictionary. And that's cool. Let's see here. Live topics. Yeah. Now that's pretty cool. A lot of people don't know what a Satoshi is. I believe a Satoshi is 1/1,000,000th of a Bitcoin, or even more. It's really small. A Satoshi, one Satoshi is like, I don't know, less than a penny, maybe 1/100th of a penny by today's reckoning. But if, let's say, Bitcoin were, 100,000 per Bitcoin, or $1 million per Bitcoin, if we're gonna, look at our fiat, then a Satoshi might be a meaningful unit of measure for everyday stuff, right? You know, they could say, okay, you know, this cup of coffee is going to cost you 15 Satoshis. Rather than talking in terms of Bitcoin, we could talk in terms of Satoshis. So the word was added to the Oxford Dictionary. Now, if you're not familiar with the way Bitcoin began, there was a white paper posted on a cryptography board or like a Reddit group for cryptocurrency people, and the white paper was how Bitcoin works. It was kind of the outline of Bitcoin, and the anonymous author of that white paper called himself Satoshi Nakamoto, I believe. I hope I got that right. And so, oh, that was interesting. Not a very nice website there. Just kind of flipped me off there. So the smallest unit of a Bitcoin is named after its creator and founder, Satoshi. And it's recently been added to the English dictionary. It's pretty cool. All right. Okay, and then our old friend NOURIEL ROUBINI is back in the news. Said something not horrible about Bitcoin, which is kind of a surprise. He is our lovable Bitcoin basher. Been bashing Bitcoin for a living for a while, gaining a lot of notoriety. Did I actually? Oh yeah, there it is. Maybe Bitcoin is a store of value, right? He conceded that maybe Bitcoin is a partial store of value. Of course, he bashed every other aspect of Bitcoin. You know, we're all familiar with Bitcoin bashers. You know, they're always going to tell you that Bitcoin is has no intrinsic value, that it's not a real currency, that it's only used by criminals. It's used, you know, to launder money. It's used by terrorists and child molesters and, you know, all this, you know, bad press that's been, it's almost made me numb now. But ROUBINI has been a thoughtful Bitcoin basher. You know, he's not an idiot, and his arguments get refined over time, but he might finally be seeing the light. I don't know if he's changed his opinion on Bitcoin, but I guess he's seen its adoption, right? And seeing he cannot deny that Bitcoin might be a partial store of value, right? Because people pay for it, right? How could it not be a store of value? If someone is willing to pay $8,000 for a Bitcoin, then it must have some value somewhere. And, you know, if you are trying to get a Bitcoin, you're going to have to pay at least, you know, around $8,000, at least by today's, you know, approximate price. It's a little less than that right now. But if you can't get it unless you pay $8,000, then it obviously is some store of value. So he's admitted that. And he, you know, in the past, he just totally broke it down and said that it was worth nothing and blah, 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 and only an idiot would buy it. But he's sort of starting to change his tune. But I think he was kind of being hounded in an argument and maybe just blurted that out. Who knows? So he's still saying it's not a unit of account. It's not a means of payment, which it is. You can use Bitcoin to pay for a lot of things. It's not scalable, he says, but it is. So, in spite of its early rally this year, it's lost 60% in value since its peak. All right, well, okay. We can always talk about the all-time high of Bitcoin in 2017 at the end of December of that year. And people never let us forget that, you know, there was a rush to buy Bitcoin, which really shot its price up to around $20,000. But that's been 2 years now. I mean, get over it already. You know, Bitcoin's off its all-time high. We get that, right? But year to date, Bitcoin has outperformed every metric, right? It's outperformed the stock market. It's outperformed the NASDAQ, I can't think of it. It's outperformed gold, silver, you know, everything year to date, right? Now we all know that it's off its high for this year too. but it's only down about 20, 30, 40% off its yearly high. So, you know, come on, get over the fact that it was at 20,000 in 2017 and just, you know, deal in, you know, months and years. If you're going to talk about Bitcoin, you know, don't talk about the past. That's like, you know, the husband that keeps talking about that affair his wife had back in high school, you know, 20 years ago. Right? Okay. Oh, geez. Okay. So let's move on with our lives, right? Now, this is kind of interesting. I don't know that any other cryptocurrency platforms offer FDIC insurance on their cash deposits. But Binance just announced this today. Delighted to announce that US dollar deposits are eligible for FDIC insurance coverage. So that means that they're like a bank, right? Because basically when you deposit cash in Binance US, they have some banks that they're partnering with that are holding those dollars until they actually get spent. You know, like if you buy Bitcoin with those. But while it's US dollars, while it gets moved, you know, from the time you deposit it into Binance US, your Binance US account, it's FDI insured. And that's pretty cool. So we're hitting the mainstream now. We're not as anonymous as we used to be. You know, there's a lot of know your customer rules that we have to follow if we want to buy and sell Bitcoin. But, you know, it's evolving, right? Nothing ever stays the same, right? All right. And then, okay, I'd like to talk about this story here. Pray Satoshi hits a cent. There you go. I left my crypto on Binance and never moved them to another exchange or hard wallet. Does that mean they're gone? No, it does not mean they're gone. You can log into your Binance account and withdraw them. Binance has not disabled withdrawals. And last I checked, they haven't disabled anything. You can still log into Binance. So go log into your Binance account and withdraw your coins. If, you know, have you tried? Check it out. Yeah. And they've explicitly stated that they're not going to, you know, no one's going to lose their cryptocurrency, right? It's even though they're blocking deposits and trades, they will still allow withdrawals. But they haven't done that yet either. We can still log into Binance, deposit and trade and withdraw. So if you're worried about your cryptocurrency on Binance, check it out. See if you can log in and withdraw your coins. Should be fine. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this story about this fake Tor browser. And ESET which is a virus protection software company, a good one. I use it on my computer. And they're in Slovakia, I believe. And they've found that there are some fake browsers that are being distributed by, shady websites that, like this one, tor-browser.org and torproject.org. And basically what happens is they're tricking users into downloading them. And after they've downloaded this fake Tor browser, the attackers have a lot of avenues that they can manipulate the user. They don't really talk a lot about how it works in this little section here, but it talks about that there's Bitcoin going into 3 wallets that belong to the attackers, and it's 4.8 Bitcoin. That's a lot. All right, so I delved a little more into this story. They've got the report here from ESET. And basically it talks about that they set up these websites so that when a Tor user goes on this website, they're going to get an alert telling them that their Tor browser is out of date and needs to be updated. And even if their Tor browser is completely up to date. And so they run that within their Tor browser, thinking they're updating the Tor browser. and then they download and install this fake Tor browser. Now this fake Tor browser manipulates a lot of the settings. I won't talk too much about all this. And it's they're Russian websites. So there's really not a whole lot of danger to us. But they have a lot of the settings in the browser so that the user never is allowed to update their browser with the real version of Tor. And then they hard code these factors in here so that the attackers can tell when someone that is using one of their fake browser is connected to their server. Now, if you're not familiar with the way darknet markets work, now this is kind of where it gets a little bit interesting. If you have Bitcoin in your own wallet, like on a ledger, and then you join a darknet market and you sign into that darknet market, they sort of the way that you don't get to spend your Bitcoin directly. What you have to do is deposit your Bitcoin. You create an account and then you deposit your Bitcoin into that account. Similar to a cryptocurrency exchange, right? They're just holding that Bitcoin in escrow. And then when you buy something from someone on that darknet market, a third party, the darknet market treats that Bitcoin kind of as an escrow. So like you agree to buy something, the seller agrees to send you something, and then when all is said and done and everybody's happy, the darknet market, the third party moderator, will unlock the Bitcoin that you put in there and give it to the seller, right? So this Bitcoin wallet on the darknet market runs within your browser. So what these people are doing are when someone joins a darknet market, you know, of course the browser has been twisted. It's not the real, it might even be the real darknet market. And then the darknet market is telling you, okay, you want to put your money in escrow on our market, here's the Bitcoin address, right? And so you scan this QR code and you send your Bitcoin to that address, but the attacker manipulates the browser in a way that that Bitcoin does not go to the darknet market address. The Bitcoin gets deposited to the attacker's wallets. Well, that sounds kind of weird, but it's just interesting because, you know, you watch me move Bitcoin around here quite a bit, and we all know how that works, right? You know, you're presented with usually for me, I'm moving it into a wallet, so my wallet generates an address, and that's the address that I use to send Bitcoin to. If you're a member of a darknet market, they're going to give you the sending address. They're going to say, okay, here's the sending address. Deposit some Bitcoin, and you can start shopping, right? So you deposit your Bitcoin into this Tor web browser interface, and the attacker redirects it to their own wallet. All right. So most of you guys probably won't be on the dark market, so you don't have to worry about this kind of stuff. But I thought that it was interesting. And that's why you'll notice when we do that ledger, when we're sending our money from an exchange to the ledger, there's that failsafe where the device will display the address and you match it to the one you see on the screen so that you're not accidentally sending it to someone who's kind of put themselves in the middle. Now, also I should say that this sort of thing, if you've got your radar up, is really not going to fool you, right? A lot of these things that pop up, like you and I, when you're on a website and you see it pop up and tell you that your flash is out of date, we tend to know that that's probably malware, right? So if you're a savvy Tor browser user and you see this weirdo message like, hey bro, you know, protect yourself from the cops, you know, download this update, and you read that the grammar is not right, or you would probably, you know, your red flag should go up. And also, there are darknet markets where you can employ two-factor authentication and encryption and a lot of other security factors that would not allow this. This would be at a very simple interface where, you know, they've tricked somebody into just sending Bitcoin to an address. If you're doing your due diligence, then and you've set up two-factor authentication and encryption and all that stuff, this wouldn't work on someone like that, right? So these are low-hanging fruit, right? These are people that don't know what they're doing and get hoodwinked into downloading malware. That's how it works, right? Always keep your radar up when you see things that don't sit right with you. All right. So let me just take a look at the questions that you guys have. I'm going to move some crypto from an exchange. I think I've got my Binance US wallet up here. Okay, that's good. So I've got a little Raven coin. I've got a little ADA. I've got a little bit of BNB. And then I got a $15 referral, right? I got 15 bucks in US dollars. So perhaps we can, you know, I'll take requests and we'll purchase one of the cryptocurrencies that are available on Binance US. They've been adding more. So we'll do that. And let me see what everybody's doing here. Yes, about 22% of the Bitcoin is lost. Be careful, my friends. Okay, Jay Watson, I hope you check that out instead of log into your Binance account, see if you can get it. Scott's here. Hello. Aloha. Hello, aloha. Okay, here, let's do this. 1 Satoshi is 1/100 millionth. 1,000 Satoshis is about 7 cents. Okay. Thank you, Ronnie, for that clarification. I was just talking out of the side of my mouth. I wasn't really sure. I knew a Satoshi was pretty small. No matter what I do, I cannot get my Nano X to pair with my iPad or iPhone. Okay, they're a little funky. I've got my phone here with me, so maybe we can do a little bit of that. I might even, yeah, I'll disconnect it and reconnect it, and we'll see. We'll go through that. Talk about ZRX. Speaking of ADA, where do you put it when you first buy it? Okay. Binance US does not work in all states. You're in Georgia. You're not able to join yet. Yeah, there were some interviews with Kathleen Coley, the CEO of Binance US, and she says that, you know, in the US, every state is different. They all have their own regulations and, you know, hoops that have to be jumped through, and that they're working very hard to get Binance US available in all US states. But it's a process, you know. And I guess, you know, they worked state by state until they felt like they had enough states to sort of introduce the platform, right? And I guess there were 13 states that are still not where it's not available. And I guess they felt like, you know, we got to do something. Let's go ahead and debut the platform to the remaining states, right? But yeah, I know it's frustrating if you're in a state that does not allow Binance US. I think you could still connect to Binance if you're in a different state. But who knows when they'll finally block it. But they said they were going to block it on September 15th or September 18th, and they still haven't, as far as I know. Okay, so, what do I have? I don't have ADA. All right, I'm just thinking about the phone here. Let's, all right, that's no good. Let me reconnect there so we can get it. Yeah. All right, so we're going to talk about Ledger Live here. And I wonder if I can pair more than one device. That would be interesting. Let me try that. So I have it paired to my Ledger Nano X, but let's try to pair it with my new Ledger Nano X. I wonder if I can do that. That would be interesting. Ah, okay, there we go. All right, so I'm down here in Manager, and what we want to do is pair with a new device. So let's try that out. Now, I should mention, too, if you have tried to pair a device with your phone app and have sort of succeeded and sort of failed or whatever, and you're trying to repair, you definitely need to go to your settings and go into your Bluetooth, and you see that Nano device there, you need to get rid of it, right? When you're trying to do a repair, if the device is listed in your list of Bluetooth devices and it still hasn't been recognized by the Ledger Nano X app, you'll need to get rid of that. You know, just go in there and click forget this device, and it will be forgotten, and then you can start clean. All right. So that's a little tip for those that may have got it and then it lost it or whatever, or tried to do work from scratch with a brand, like you restored it or something like that, and then you're trying to repair it. It'll still be in your list of Bluetooth devices in your Apple iOS, right? So you need to make sure, if you're starting clean, to get rid of it there in your Bluetooth settings. All right. So, but let's go ahead and try to pair a new device. Let's see. I've got my To the Moon over here. Let's bring this closer. Oops. All right, so we're let me turn it this way a little bit so I get better light there. All right, so we're come on, there we go. Ledger 5-year anniversary, To the Moon. Right, we got our To the Moon device here, which I can't seem to hold right. All right, there we go, looking good. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this guy on. You just hold the black button in for a couple of seconds. All right. And okay, I don't know how it got into this mode, but I'm just gonna go all the way down to the bottom and power off. All right, start over again. It should start asking me to enter my PIN. Let's try that again. Okay, see? Sometimes it gets a little funky. You just gotta, deal with it. Turn it off and back on again. Sometimes your phone, which is, you got $1,000 iPhone, and sometimes it gets funky, and you got to turn it off and turn it back on again. That's just electronics in general. So we'll do that. Now that I can enter my PIN. All right, so I'm just going to pair it, right? So it's on and it's ready. So let's try that first. Let's see. I got my phone over here. So I'm going to add new ledger. You see it on the phone there. It's looking for devices. Yeah, that's it, because the other one is off. All right, so basically I'm just going to tap it, right? Now, here we go. All right, see, there's the code. There's the pairing code. And now I'm just going to hit pair on the phone. Validate on your phone if the code matches with the Ledger Nano S. Validate by pressing both buttons, right? So you've got to pay attention to these instructions, right? They're telling you to do something on the device, right? Number 2, validate your Ledger Nano X by pressing both buttons. And I waited too long. All right, so we're going to try again, right? All right, so it should come back again. Whoops. Actually, I need to get out of this. Somehow I got into an app. Let's try again. Let's try again. We had it, and then I talked too long. There we go. Let's confirm pairing. All right, now let's confirm that by pressing both buttons. All right. Okay, so there. We got past that, right? And now we hit allow ledger manager, hit both buttons. And don't talk too much, Rex. Let it do its thing. And we got it, right? Now, I'm going to rename it, right? Let's call this guy, let's see, and I better not talk too long. Let's call this guy, oops. Come on, Bubba. Boy, I hate the new iOS and the way that there. Oh, seriously? Okay, I'm just gonna, there we go. All right, Nano X Moon. All right, boom. I could call it Ledger, but I don't need to. All right, confirm. Connecting to the Ledger Nano Moon. Press both buttons to allow device to set name, and I'm going to do this fast. Hurry, hurry, hurry. All right, manager request, rename device. Let's hit that. Allow renaming. Hit both buttons. Boom. There we go. All right. So now we got it. All right. Now you'll notice that I already had the Monero app on there. I did a Monero video. I haven't edited and posted it yet. Let's go ahead and add the Bitcoin to this. So we got Ledger Nano X and Ledger Moon. Pretty cool, huh? So let's add an account. I'm going to go down to the phone down there in the bottom row and hit accounts. And I'm going to add a new account. See that plus sign up there in the top? With plus. And then we'll hit add accounts. And I want to add a Bitcoin account. Right? And which one do I want to add it to? Ledger Moon. Let's do Ledger Moon. Open the Bitcoin app on your Ledger Nano X. How can I do that? Oh, sorry guys. See, I forgot to go to manager, right? We got to go to manager. Let's tap Moon. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I skipped a step, guys. I was leading you down the wrong path there. All right, let's get Bitcoin on here. Right, now we should see it on the device here in a sec. There we go. All right. It actually is a little bit faster when you use the computer, but someone asked a question about pairing his device, so I figured I'd take you through that process. And let's maybe add one more after this. Let's add Ethereum after this. Then we'll be able to send over some ERC20 tokens if we want. Boom. All right, let's close that. And let's add Ethereum on there. Should go to processing here in a sec, okay. All right, 32, 33. So I'm thinking once we get the Ethereum app installed on here, we'll go to Binance US and use that $15 US that I have. Let's go to accounts. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and add the Bitcoin account from the phone. We'll hit Bitcoin. And we want to add it to Ledger Nano Moon. open the Bitcoin app on the device. I'm going to navigate over to the Bitcoin app and hit both buttons. All right, says the application is ready. All right, now that I've got the Bitcoin app, the phone should be connecting and creating an account, if all goes well. We shall see. Well, we'll see. It seems like it's stuck, so I'm going to quit and try again. See if that kicks it. There it goes. See? Just gotta keep trying. If that had not worked, then I probably would have started the whole account process over again, only I would have gone into the Bitcoin account first. Right? All right, so this is okay, and it supports native SegWit now. So I could choose either one of these. So I'm just going to hit the Bitcoin SegWit, and it won't allow me to edit right here. So I'm going to hit continue. I'm going to go to my accounts. Where was that? Oh God, no. I have too many of these pooies. All right, I don't know which one I just added. Gosh, it doesn't give me any indication there. I know those two were already there. I chose native SegWit. I think it was this one because I don't think there was a 1 there. I could be wrong. Let's just delete all of these. Yeah. Let's just delete all of these so we can know which one is which. These are all empty. I don't really need to see them. They don't have anything. And they do have transaction histories. All right, so let's do that again. Sorry about that, guys. Let's hit add account, Bitcoin, Ledger Moon, let it connect, scan. You'll notice it started scanning right away because I was already in the Bitcoin app. Oh, okay, so it must have been that one. All right, so we'll hit continue here. We'll go to accounts. Now we know this is the one we just added, right? Because the other two were already there. So I'm going to go here, hit the gear. Now I can edit the name, right? I can go over here to account, and let's call this one, come on, Rex. Okay. See how that does me? That's horrible. Let's call this one Bitcoin. Moon. NS for native SegWit. All right, now I know what it is. Sorry about this. Okay. We'll hit that. All right, now I can receive some Bitcoin in here if I want. Now let's add another account, and this time I'm going to go to quit Bitcoin, and I'm going to enter the Ethereum app, and then I'm going to hit add account and choose Ethereum. On the moon. To the moon, on the moon. It's scanning for accounts. Oh God, were there other Ethereum accounts on there? I should have deleted any empty ones that were already on there. See, the problem is that it doesn't allow you to edit the name of the account as you're adding it. You have to add it, then go to edit. So that's a little weird. But, you know, we'll work with it. All right, so we got an Ethereum account. It's Ethereum 1. I wish I could just edit that field right here, but I can't. Okay, I'm not going to. All right, so we'll hit continue. And that was Ethereum 1. I believe that's it. Yeah, there's another Ethereum account on that already has a balance, so that's not it. All right, so this is the one we just created. Let's go up to that wrench icon on the top right and go to account name, and we'll call this one Moon, so we know what it is. Moon. Well, let's call it Ledger Moon, just for the heck of it. I know we should be consistent in the way in our naming conventions, but that's okay. All right, so I got Ethereum Ledger Moon, and I'm in receive. All right, so what do we want to do now that we've got this thing set up? Let me see questions that are coming up. And let's go over here. Let's get this guy out of the way for a sec. So, should we buy Bitcoin or Ethereum? I'd like to buy an ERC20 token. Let's do Chainlink, and then we'll send that to the Ethereum wallet of the phone. All right? Blurry I am. All right, so Chainlink, BAT, ZRX. Someone mentioned ZRX. Let me see. Do I have any takers? All right. Is the chat still working? Yes. I can hear you. I know sometimes I get sidetracked while I'm in the middle of something. Launching is now engaged in the full rollout of its custody and trading services for digital outlet. Fidelity Digital Assets. That's pretty cool, EKS. Need to turn off all other Bluetooth devices too, as the Nano may be paired to a different device. Yeah, I guess the Nano might try to pair with my daughter's phone, but my daughter's not in the Bluetooth app looking to add a Bluetooth device, right? Usually, if your phone is, you have to be in the Bluetooth setting and you've chosen add new Bluetooth. But who knows, you know, maybe your TV might try to add it, or, you know, everything's Bluetooth now, right? So probably good advice to try to, you know, if you're having trouble, sort of isolate yourself away from other Bluetooth devices. But everything seemed to work okay with this, right? Okay, so let's put some altcoins in our Ledger Nano Moon using our phone-based app. Why not, right? So let's do Chainlink. You guys don't mind. Let's hit trade, and we can buy Link for US dollars. So I'm going to go down to market, Chainlink, 100%, hit buy Link. Market order created. Let's go back up here. Someone gave me a warning about market orders. They said, oh, be careful, you might lose 5%, whatever. And that's true. You know, you guys always see me use market, and I do it just because I'm impatient and I want the trade to go through. I'm not too concerned about 5, 10, 30, 40. I'm only using $15 here, so I'm not worried about losing $1 or $2. If you're making $1,000 trade, you might want to fine-tune your trading activities a little more. Your trading. All right, so we can go to balance here, and we can see there we got some Chainlink. All right, let's send this Chainlink to our Ledger Nano X device. All right, so our Moon. All right, so we'll do a receive in the Ethereum app. All right, see, we can receive ETH or ERC20 tokens. So let's hit receive, and we want to receive them on the Ledger Moon. We need to be in the Ethereum app because, whoops, let me turn this camera on over here real quick. Sorry. All right, we want to verify on the device. I'm going to hit that. Now it wants me to verify the address. This is that fail-safe I was talking. We don't want a hacker to substitute his address for the address we're trying to send to. So we just confirm that that's the right address. Same as we see on the screen. Let's hit approve. All right, now we're ready to send some crypto to this wallet, right? So I'm using my phone. Let me turn this camera off. I'm using my phone, so I want to send, I need to get that address on my computer because I'm using the web-based version of, of the Binance, right? So I'm going to hit share address, right? I'm going to send that puppy to myself. Hey, I just earned some crypto on crypto.com. Cool beans. We can check that out. That's it. ETH Moon, right? Just for the heck of it, so I know what I'm, right? We'll send that. All right, now let's go over to Binance. Let's move this guy out of the way. Let's go check our mail. And we can still eyeball that address to make sure that it's, and we're losing a little bit of privacy here when I do this. Oh, what are we doing here? Okay, let's do that. Apple wants me to sign in again. They're so concerned about my security. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and sign in. Let's get that address, right? There's that address. All right, let's go back over to Binance. Let's withdraw our link to that Ethereum address, right? And then I'm just going to send the entire amount. So I'm going to hit that amount. It's going to send the link. I'm going to lose 0.42 link, maybe a buck or two. I don't know, maybe more. Let's hit submit. Now, there's no trading fees on Binance, but there are withdrawal fees. There won't be any trading fees until November 1st. So get in while you can, right? So let's go over to our Google Authenticator, right? Google Authenticator. Let's go down to our Binance US code. See it there? 0091110. All right. Now it's going to send me a verification email, which I need to check. That's my Gmail, CryptoDad Gmail. We'll confirm that withdrawal. All right, we can go to withdrawal history. Check it out. We got crypto withdrawal. All right, processing. Cool. Now let's check the phone. Let's go back to Ledger Live. We can go back here. Now you remember that, let me get out of this. Let's go to accounts. If you recall, we sent, okay, that's one account. That's a different account. All right, here's the one we just sent it to, Ethereum Ledger Moon. All right, so let's go, let's just kind of hang out and see what happens. I've done this before in Ledger Live with an empty Ethereum account. What's going to happen is a few minutes, it's that Ethereum account is going to show a zero balance, which is kind of weird. But there will be some ERC20 token in there. And you can store that ERC20 token in there, even if the Ethereum balance is zero. But if you want to send it back out, you need a little bit of Ethereum in there for the gas. But there's no cost on your end to send Ethereum into your wallet, right? So we'll just kind of hang out until we get that chain link. All right. We'll do that and see if anybody's asking any questions. Betty, I can show you what to do with the ADA. I don't want to get too hung up waiting for that Ethereum to come from Binance. Actually, we can sort of keep an eye on that while we use Ledger Live. No, I don't need to use Ledger Live for my ADA, all right? I already have the ADA app on my Ledger Nano X, right? That's the other one, right? So we're juggling devices here. I've got the my original Ledger Nano X. If I can hold it straight. What is the deal here? Oh, I think I did it. I turned it so we could. All right, we wanted to be able to get it in the light, right? I got the Genesis Block Edition. Now this one, we're going to take this and connect it to the computer, right, with a cable. So let's just get this cable here. We'll connect it with the cable. We'll enter the pin. All right. All right. So if you guys noticed, there was some ADA. I can get here. There was a little bit of ADA in the wallet, right? On my Binance US, right? So let's withdraw that ADA. I'm going to leave the phone over there. I know it's covering up part of the screen. But I'm going to withdraw it to a ledger-based wallet. So how do I do that? I need to go over to ADA Lite. All right. And we're going to hit continue. We're going to use the hardware wallet. We're going to unlock with Ledger. But before I hit that button, I'm going to enter the ADA app on my device, right? So I'm going to go over to Cardano. I'm going to hit both buttons. All right, and then I'm going to hit the unlock with Ledger. All right. Now it wants me to export the public key. Always keep an eye on your device. It might be asking you something, right? There we go. Let's hit both buttons. Confirm export public key. And now it's ready. It's waiting. All right. Let's close this for a sec. Let's get that out of the way. And now we're in the ADA wallet. But I'm going to minimize that for a minute. And let's check out the phone here. Now you remember we sent the chain link directly to the Ethereum wallet. And now you can see what happens. The Ethereum wallet is showing up as with a 0 balance. And then down below we've got that token chain link. Now I can go down there and just tap on the chain link to look at that account. And it tells me the balance of the account, the US dollar value of the account. I've got the send and receive button for Chainlink, and then I've got the transaction history there where I received the 6.11 Chainlink in there. So we did all that with a brand new ledger. We paired it, we added a couple apps, and then we added a couple of accounts, and we sent some crypto in there with not ever having to connect this device to the computer. We did it completely with the Bluetooth between the device and the phone. And I should also point out, a lot of people say this, isn't that insecure? The private key is never transmitted through the Bluetooth, right? It still works the same way it works on your computer. The private key never leaves the device. The Bluetooth sends the transaction request, and then the private key signs it, and then the Bluetooth sends out the signed transaction, but the private key never leaves the device. All right, so we did a little transfer there. So it's a cool device, you know. I like to use it more connected to my computer, you know, for my main stash, but it's cool to be, you could take it anywhere, right? Anywhere you go, you can transfer crypto and play around with it. I withdraw money from my Crypto.com account into my Ledger Nano S on the fly a lot, because you don't necessarily have to have the device there to receive. You can receive directly into the account without verifying on the device. A little riskier, but pretty fun. And I'll show you how that works too. So let's get this guy out of the way. Let's go back over here to the ADA, right? And I want to put some ADA in here from my Binance account. So let's copy this address. Let's choose one of these others. Let's choose address number 2. It doesn't matter. It all goes into the same wallet, right? So let's go over here to Binance. Let's withdraw. Let's put that receiving address in there that we just copied, right? And then let's send it all. Let's send 1,000. Let's double check, right? Where are we? Oh, here. All right. So AE2TD, AE2, AE2TD. Oh, here it is. AE2TD PWUP. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. And then the last ones are NQA2, it looks like, or AN2. Let's look at that. AT and 2, yeah, QN. All right, so I'm satisfied with that, right? All right, so we did the full amount. We'll hit submit. We're going to lose 1 ADA. They're going to charge me an ADA. I'll hit submit. And then I need to enter my 2-factor authentication code. All right, let's quit this. Let's launch an authenticator. This is our Binance US number. So there it is, 959236. All right, we'll get this down here. Let's get this out of the way. All right, now I need to confirm the withdrawal. So I'm going to go back over to my email, look at the new email, hit confirm. All right, and then we can go to history, crypto, withdraw, and we can see the link is still processing, but the ADA is processing now. So we got that ADA withdrawal heading to our ADA Lite wallet, right? Now remember, the ADA Lite website does not hold your ADA. You are not storing your ADA on the ADA Lite website. The ADA Lite website is simply an interface to your wallet. It has many types of features. If you notice when we logged in, you could use a private key. You can create a file-based wallet. You can use a Trezor. You can use a Ledger. We just happen to be using a Ledger, Ledger or Trezor, which is the most secure way to manage your ADA, right? And I don't need to do anything on here now that I've pulled up the account, right? I don't need to confirm anything to receive ADA, right? I mean, why would I want to? If someone wants to send me ADA, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, right? So we can just hang out a little bit and watch that ADA come in. All right. Let me see if anybody's asking questions. Blockchain Digital Asset News, which is William May, has joined us, jumped in. Thanks. Thanks, William. It's good to see you here again. I always appreciate you coming by. Digital Asset News is you got a YouTube channel now. You know what? I think I should have subscribed to you. Did I subscribe to you? Poo-poo on me if I did not. Let's do that. Digital, Asset News. Whoops. Come on, Rex, where is this thing? We found it last time. Blockchain. Okay, let's put blockchain first. There we go. All right, so now let's subscribe. I should have done that last week, right? Now we'll be able to find you quick. So you guys might want to check out William's YouTube channel. All right, looks like he's been busy posting videos. That's good. Is Ada Lite better than the Chrome extension? I like the Ada Lite website better than the Yori. There's the other one is called, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but there's Yori, which I'm not that crazy about. It looks like they've upgraded their interface a little bit. Okay, I don't know what that's about. I don't know what this. I'm not going to do it because I'm in the middle of waiting for something else. But the problem that I had with the Yori one, let's skip this. Let's confirm that, whatever. It sees the same wallet as you notice there. It shows me the same balance. It's connected to my ADA. I'm sorry, it's connected to my Ledger Nano X because I set it up that way. But the problem with this extension is that a lot of people that they watch my video on how to use your Ledger Nano S with the Yori, they already had some ADA in the Yori extension, like a standalone wallet, and you can't choose which wallet you want to use. Once you install it and create a wallet, that's it. There's only you can't create more than one type of wallet. Whereas ADA Lite, I can log into ADA Lite and choose to use on my Trezor, or I can log into ADA Lite and use my file-based wallet or my private key-based wallet. It's much more flexible than the Yori extension. So that's why I prefer ADA Lite. But they're both looking at the same wallet, right? No difference. Just a different way of looking at the different balances, right? Let's hit refresh. Let's see what happens. There we go. So we got our ADA from Binance US, right? We withdrew our ADA into our ADA Lite wallet. Well, we're using ADA Lite to view the wallet. The wallet is here, right? The private key is stored on this device, and ADA Lite is just the interface, right? I'm not storing anything in the website, right? Everything is here. I'm just using the website to view my balance, and it facilitates transfers, right? But everything has to be verified using the buttons if I were to try to send something out, right? All right, so we did that. How about that Raven coin, right? You notice I had some Raven coin in there. Let's get rid of these. Oh, no. Let's go. Whoa, no. No. I lost my... Oh, wait. I can go down here, right? Is that going to take me? What's it going to do? Do I need to log back in? No, I'm okay. I thought I'd accidentally logged myself out. You'll notice that it still shows I have 1,000 ADA, which I don't. All right. Let's refresh. Yeah, it might take a few minutes for that ADA withdrawal to register on Binance US. But it will, right? So why don't we withdraw this Raven coin? Well, where are we going to do that? So let's take a look at Raven coin. All right, so this is Raven coin. Let's go over to wallet here. Now, I tried to download this Windows wallet earlier before the show, and it's basically a fork of the Bitcoin Core wallet. I can tell because, you know, I recognize the wallet, right? They took the Bitcoin Core wallet and added their own features to it. But I'm not sure where they're based, but Windows did not like their software at all, right? Windows was giving me all kinds of objections and warnings and virus alerts and telling me, you know, this and that. It just did not like their software at all. I'm sure it was fine. And then after I downloaded the wallet, it wanted to download the entire Ravencoin blockchain on my computer. It's a full node wallet, and I really didn't want to go through all that. So we'll skip the Ravencoin standalone wallet. But if you look down here, there's a lot of wallets that support Ravencoin. You've got Exodus, Trust, Atomic, Crypto.com. We've got a lot of wallets we can use for the Ravencoin. So I'm going to use Trust tonight. We'll stick kind of with the phone-based wallet just to, you know, have some fun with our phones tonight. All right. So I'm going to go over to my Trust wallet. Oh, wait. Before I do that, I'm going to switch wallets. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. All right. I'm being mysterious. All right, so we've got some Binance Coin. We've got some Stellar. We got some Mithril. We've got, there was some Tron on here. We've got a little bit of Tron, some Cosmos. We got the Ethereum. Now we want Raven coin, right? So how do we add Raven coin to the Trust wallet? Now I should add the Trust wallet is a non-custodial wallet that stores the private keys of your wallet on your phone in encrypted format. It's a very secure wallet, and it generates a 15-word recovery phrase, or 12-word, I'm not sure which one. It's half of 24. 12. I think it's 12. And then you write it down on a piece of paper and you store it somewhere safe. You can always recover this wallet if you lose your phone or your phone breaks or gets wet or whatever. You're not gonna lose the wallet. It's just like the ledger. It has a backup phrase, right? And the coins are stored directly on your device, right? They're not stored in some cloud-based thing or on an exchange or anything. Very safe and secure wallet to use. And portable. I love this wallet. It's cool. All right. So, but I want to store some Raven coin in here. So I'm going to hit the plus at the top there. Up in the top right corner, I'm going to hit plus. Now I can search, right? I'm going to there it is right there, Raven coin. Right? So I'm going to hit plus. And I think that I did it. I'm pretty sure I did. It's weird that I have to cancel. All right, there it is down there, Raven coin. All right. So now I'm going to tap Raven coin, and I want to receive. Now we're going to have to pull that same trick we did before and email the address to myself so that I can open it on my computer and cut and paste. If I don't do that, then I'm going to have to enter it manually by looking at my phone and typing it into my web browser on Binance US. And I'm not a big fan of that, right? They're pretty long. Now, when we're going the opposite way, if I was depositing from the phone to the computer, then life's a lot easier. I can use the phone to scan the QR code of a web-based site, right? But when I'm sending to the phone, I have to share the receiving address. So I'm going to hit share. We're going to send it to myself again. Raven coin. Let me spell Raven coin address without auto-correcting me. The phone thinks it knows better than me what I'm trying to spell. All right. So I just got that email. Let's go back over to my. Let's go to my mail first. All right. Whoops, that was weird. Let's go over to my mail. All right, let's go to that Raven coin address. There it is. All right, let's copy that into our clipboard. Okay, let's go to Binance. Now, let's see, I got $71 worth of Raven coin. So I'm going to do the withdrawal. I'm going to get this guy out of the way for a second. I've never sent Raven coin from Binance to a Raven coin wallet, right? So let's do a small test amount first. Okay, yeah. So I'll send 10 and I'll get 9. Well, let's send 11 and get 10. All right. So we'll hit submit. Let's go into our authenticator. All right. Binance US 690816. Gonna have to go to my email, confirm that. All right, crypto withdraw. All right, so the Raven coin is processing. Let's flip back over to our Trust wallet and just keep an eye on that Raven coin and see what happens, right? We want to make sure that the Raven coin comes through, because we've never sent Raven coin from that exchange to this wallet, right? I had $71 worth of Raven coin. I wasn't going to just like throw it up against the wall and see if it's stuck, right? I want to make sure that when I send my Raven from my exchange to this phone-based wallet, that it go a small test transaction, right? I don't know if you guys remember a few months back when we talked about that story where somebody noticed that like whale alert, noticed that someone had transferred like $1 billion worth of Bitcoin from several wallets into one wallet or something like that. They said, oh yeah, but before they started transferring $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, there was a small zero point 0.1 Bitcoin deposit into that new address, right? So even billionaires know that you should always start with a small amount. Okay, Scott, thanks for coming by. Always a pleasure to have you here as well. Magoo, thank you. Is Adela okay? Yeah, I answered that. Crypto shopping, hello. Betty is still hanging around, I'm glad. David Gelfin says use Linux. I have some videos on installing Debian and using Linux. I like it, but there are certain things that you can't do on Linux just because of the software, right? I can't use my Adobe Premiere in Linux, as far as I know. I don't think that Adobe has a Linux version. It would be nice, but I use Adobe Premiere to edit my videos, and so I'm forced. There's always that one app that I need that I can't use on Linux, But I love Linux. I can get it installed, run apps on it, play around with it. Check my email, browse the web. You do everything in Linux. But then there's that one. I can even use OBS Studio in Linux, which is my streaming recording software. But my editing software, a couple other things, I can't. All right, so Ravencoin. Where is my Ravencoin? It may not show up, right? Then we'll really know. So let's see here. Where are we here? It says it's processing. Okay. And there's the address, right? So if I hit a receive again, I can confirm that address, like RCPNFE with a 1WG at the end. So, we just need to relax and let it flow. It'll get there. Let's go back over here. Now you'll see too that the ADA has disappeared now. So the ADA withdrawal went through okay. That was good. All right, we'll just wait for that Raven coin to come in. Or am I doing an ADA testnet experiment Rex in November? I don't know, maybe. I'm still sort of getting through Andreas Andropoulos. I hope I'm saying that right. The Mastering Bitcoin book. Like going through the coding examples. So I'm sort of in that. I don't know if I would have the gumption to like switch over to ADA, because after Mastering Bitcoin, I got Mastering Ethereum. So I got a lot on my plate as far as doing experiments, right? Other than launching your own startups, what are careers prospect like in Bitcoin cryptocurrencies? Are there specific skills and or companies worth knowing about? I just met a friend, Randy. I don't know if Randy's here tonight, but he showed me that there is and I'm going to go through this here. You guys see all my emails here. Here it is. Crypto Consortium. All right, so you can become a certified Bitcoin professional. Whoops. Now, a certified Bitcoin professional is a person that is certified to help other people. And you get this certification that you could use as credentials for a lot of tasks, right? Accounting, sales, schools, entrepreneur, IT. If you need someone to help you with crypto wallet or whatever, and I go over there and I say, hey, I can do it, and you go, well, how do I know that you're qualified? I whip out my certified Bitcoin professional license to, you know, show them that I've been certified by this this organization, right? So that's something. And then you could, you know, the sky's the limit. You know, you could go into just about any office and say, hey, you know, I'm a certified Bitcoin professional. You guys, you know, is anybody trying to pay you with Bitcoin, or does anybody, you know, here need help setting up Bitcoin payments? I'll just, you know, as Bitcoin becomes more mainstream, they're gonna need gurus, just like, you know, in the early days of the computers, people needed someone to come over to their house and install software for them or whatever. I don't think this Raven. Oh, okay. I was like, this Raven coin is never coming in. All right, there it is, right? So we got our Raven coin. And so we know the address, right? It's still in my clipboard, I think. Let's do another withdrawal. Let's paste that address in. There it is, the same address, right? RCKG4. Oh, it came from a different. Let's hit receive. All right. Oh, that's not the same. Okay. Is that a different one? Let's go back to our email and check. The wallet just generated a new address. That's fine. I'll just share it again with myself. It's more secure that way, actually. All right, let's just go ahead and use the current one. All right. All right. It is a new address, right? But we're going to trust the process this time. All right. So this time I'll paste in that new address, right? That matches the one I'm seeing on the phone, right? We can eyeball that. We know everything's good. Let's hit this. So let's send the mother load this time, right? Hit submit. Let's do Google Authenticator, Binance US. All right. You guys are oops. What? No. What's that all about? Am I like trying too hard? That's weird. All right, let's not send it all. Let's try 2300. So is that the problem? I don't know. I've never seen that before. Oh no. I'm like, what? Ah, what are you doing to me, Binance US? Come on. A portion of your assets have been locked and are currently unavailable to be withdrawn. Please try again later or contact our customer service team. Aw, that's disappointing. All right. Well, that was weird, you know. I'm like, okay, so that's... Never seen that. Oh, what's this? Oh, I think okay, now I get it. Okay. Available balance is 2318, right? Because we were looking at the wallet and it was still displaying the total balance instead of the available balance. So we're 2318. I thought I did that though. Let's do 2315. Let's paste that in there again. 2315, and let's see if it lets me do that. All right. We got the code here, 369080. Still. Ugh. Okay. Maybe I'm just withdrawing too much too fast. They just don't know what to do with it. I don't know. All right, well, let's try half. All right, let's try 1,000. See if it lets me take 1,000 out. Maybe it's just not happy that I'm withdrawing, right? Okay. What happened? Okay. Okay. 528 whoops. 277. Ah. Now I'm all verklempt, right? It's never gonna happen now. All right, 161 168. Yeah, it just doesn't want me to withdraw. Oh, hey, let me do that. Yay! And there was much rejoicing. Okay. All right, so let's go back over here. Confirm that. Withdraw. Crypto. Withdraw. All right, it's going to let me take 1,000 more out. Go figure. I thought that I was under the threshold there, but apparently it felt like I was trying to withdraw the same amount twice, right? And in fact, I was, right? When they first showed me my balance. Let's go back to our balance here. Let's take a look at that. It's still showing a total balance of 23.29. So if I do withdraw, it says it right there, 13.18. Let's look at that again. It's showing me the available balance. I don't know why it's complaining when I try to withdraw too much. Maybe with the fee, whatever. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But I'll deal with it. Minus 11. If it says 23.18 and 11 minus 11 from 23.18, maybe you can take that out. Okay. Let's try it again. Let's hit withdraw. Let's do this. Paste. And let's do that full amount again, the available balance. And, oh yeah, because, no, it takes it down. And now I'm really tempting fate, right? It doesn't like that at all, right? Let's just do 1,300. I don't know, it's just kind of weird. I think it's just a little glitched, that's all. I think maybe if I just waited and let... Oops. Sorry. I think maybe if I just waited and let the transactions totally finish, it would work. Yeah, I think I'm just trying to do too much at some time. CBP. Subtract. LOL. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's send the mother load this time. Thanks for joining, man. I would like to throw out, I know sometimes I'm sitting here just like doing stuff and you guys are like, hey, I've seen this before, or I don't know what he's doing, or whatever. And then I know a lot of you are just hang in there every time and just watch what I'm doing and see me screw up and try to fix it and that kind of thing. I just want to say that I really appreciate all of you that, I mean, even if you come in for 10 seconds or whatever and then move on to the next video. But I know a lot of you are staying for a while, and it shows in my analytics. Now, it's not, I don't get a lot of views on this. Like some other YouTubers, I don't get thousands and millions of views on my videos. But on my live stream, even though maybe it's less than 1,000, views, you guys are giving me what they call viewer retention, right? You're giving me like 20% viewer retention on an hour-and-a-half live stream, right? And I'm sure there are other people that get much higher retention rates on long live streams. But I really have to say that really makes me feel good that there are certain people that tend to watch from the very beginning all the way through to the end. And I just want to give you guys a shout out and tell you that I appreciate that. It doesn't really matter that much to my Bitcoin revenue. Uh, it may at some point, help with the search or whatever, the metrics or whatever. But just personally, when I can, it matters more to me revenue wise on like my shorter posted videos, right? Like a 5-minute video where people watch on the average for 4 minutes, right? Where it's like really high retention. But it just surprised me when I was checking that you guys are really hanging in there and hanging there with me. And that personally just means a lot to me. I don't know that it means a lot to YouTube, but it means a lot to me. Oh, yeah, I've been hiding this phone for a while. You guys are like, hey, we're waiting for the Raven coin, for Pete's sake. Oh, okay, so now it says that it's pending. That was weird. Before, it wasn't pending. I just, got that 10, right? But that's pretty cool. We'll just kind of hang in there. I like their little bird icon, too. That's pretty nice. All right. Yeah, so Raven coin, I don't know. It's been around for a while. I thought it started in 2019, but I was wrong. It started in 2018, in March, I guess. And it's a hard fork of Bitcoin with some added features. And it's interesting. It's been around lately. I've noticed that it's been, it got added to BINANCE. It's been added to a lot of exchanges, and there are people out there mining Raven coin and that kind of stuff. So it might still be profitable for people, So anyway. Oh my God, is it 9:30 already?
Yes,
Wow.
9:30.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the news. With your Bitcoin and Ethereum mastering, which one has a better future in your own opinion? Let me show you these two books. So I don't know if I could make any money hawking these, but this is Mastering Ethereum. And I've read if you want to know about the coins, this book by Andreas Antonopoulos, the first few chapters are layman's explanations of the coin and what it is. And then it gets a lot deeper and goes through coding examples. And then the other one is Mastering Bitcoin. This is the second edition. So if you really want to get deep understanding of Bitcoin and Ethereum, I recommend these two books. Now, I haven't gotten all the way through either of them. And so the question that was asked is, hey, which coin do you think is better based on my understanding of the coins? And it's sort of like comparing apples to oranges. Bitcoin is primarily a currency. And it's the granddaddy, and it's been around a while. Ethereum is a virtual machine. It is a distributed virtual computer that runs. It has nodes running all over the world, and it's this giant virtual machine. It can create smart contracts. It can issue coins. It also has its own built-in way to exchange value, Ether. So it's much more than Bitcoin. But it also has its detractors, right? Some people say it's too buggy or whatever. There's new ones that it's in competition with other blockchain projects like EOS and Tron and Cardano, right? Whereas Bitcoin, as a currency, doesn't seem to have as much competition. I mean, there's Litecoin, there's privacy coins, there's things competing with Bitcoin, but Bitcoin seems to be the most of the currencies right? So you really can't compare Bitcoin and Ethereum too much, right? I like them both, right? They're right up there in the top too, right? So we don't have to worry. All right, so our Raven coin has been confirmed. I'll probably check maybe tomorrow and just withdraw the rest of it after the others are done processing. Just, I seem like I'm ruffling some feathers over there at Binance US. They're like, oh, you're trying to withdraw. We're not sure how much you've got and you're trying to withdraw. So I'll just wait. But we did it, right? We got it from Binance US into our wallet. All right. So let me just sign off, guys. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Chapter 7, reading on GitHub. Nice. Very cool. All right. Thank you, Mr. David. I'll ask your advice. My son-in-law is 49. He wants to buy some BTC. I don't want to advise him in case things go south. He has money at JP Morgan. Who can I refer him to help him when he is a novice? You know what I would tell him, Jeffrey? I would say open a Coinbase account and buy a little bit of Bitcoin, but don't invest. Don't move your hedge fund into it or anything like that. Just go to Coinbase.com, open an account, and buy some Bitcoin. It connects to your bank account or your ATM card, and let him buy some Bitcoin. Just tell him, hey, buy $100 worth of Bitcoin or $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, but don't invest 10, 20, 30 grand, right? Just get your toes wet, right? Test the water out. And then maybe try buying some of the other coins, buying and selling a little bit on Coinbase. Get familiar with the coins and what they are. There's this great thing on Coinbase called Crypto Earn up here on the homepage where you can take little classes on all these different cryptocurrencies and earn a little bit of cryptocurrencies. Up to $130 you can earn just taking these little video classes and answering questions to earn these cryptocurrencies. And then once he gets happy, with that, you might, say, hey, go out and buy a Ledger Nano X or whatever and, store your cryptocurrency in your own wallet. Have him check out some of my videos that way. I mean, you don't have to get the creme de la creme advice for this guy just to get him started, right? It's not rocket science. Just tell him to open a Coinbase account and buy a little Bitcoin. That'll get him started. And if he likes it, then, he can find out on other things. Sounds like a sharp dude to me. Why not? Thanks for watching. Thanks for hitting the like button. Appreciate it. Don't forget, I do this live stream every Friday, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm here for an hour and a half, trying to answer your questions, talking about the news, moving crypto around. Please join me again next week. I really appreciate all of you guys that are watching and asking questions. Really gives me a lot of inspiration to do it every week. I appreciate it. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon.